Hello, happy Vlogmas day 2. This is the Che vlog because it's an even day. Today is Monday, October 2nd. I have just made it to campus. It is a little after 6 a.m. This is my normal routine where I get up around 5:15, get ready, head to campus, and usually do some kind of workout. I am training for a half marathon. The half marathon will be on December 9th, so stick around for Vlogmas to catch pieces of that. So I have to run about 4 miles today. Last week, I wasn't able to keep up with my training schedule because I was on a pretty extensive trip for work where we had really long days and we were staying in hotels. So it's not as easy for me to do my long distance runs. So I'm getting back into the training plan that I got from a friend who ran a half marathon in April. So clearly very extensive training plan. But today has been a bit of a rocky morning. I had a lot of stuff to bring with me. Part of my role is overseeing our tour guides, and they all have gone through their certification. I have 34 new tour guides they needed to get certified to be able to give solo campus tours. And so we are doing a certification celebration, but I was in charge of getting all of the supplies for that. So I was getting all those things, the cake, which actually the celebration is tomorrow, so I'm ahead of it. But I was trying to get everything in the car, complete mess, and I'm like, okay, we're in, because you know I am not the kind of girl who takes more than one trips to the car. So I was carrying everything all at once. And I get to the car and I start driving and I'm like, why is everything fuzzy? Didn't have my glasses on, which I don't have to wear my glasses. I can see well enough, but I do need my glasses for the rest of the day. But luckily, I kind of have to double back a bit the way my complex is designed. So I have to run in and get my glasses. So it's been a bit of a morning. Plus it is dark and cold. We are changing over the seasons for sure. So I have to go get my running light out. I charged it a little bit, but who knows? Just one of those Mondays, am I right? But I'll be at work today. Should be a pretty chill day. And then after work, I am going to see the Expendables 4. I'm an AMC Stubs member. So I am catching up on all my movies that I want to go see. And so I will take myself to see Expendables 4 this evening, but I'm sure I'll check in with you throughout the day. Okay, 4 miles complete. Not horrible. I did stop a few times so I could text my sister back. That doesn't count though. So now I'm walking over to my office from the gym, and it is time to make breakfast. I actually think I did a good job with breakfast this time. I usually kind of like peter out with it. I had oatmeal and yogurt and fresh strawberries that I cut last night, and then I should have just a couple of minutes to do some knitting before I get started for the day. Today, which I should have known because it is the Monday coming back from travel. And of course I'm gonna have a million emails and my students are gonna have questions. So I don't know what I was thinking that I was like, oh, I'll do some knitting before work. I had like 15 emails that I needed to answer. So here we are. It is now the end of the day and I am heading out promptly at 5 because I am going to see my movie. But I did want to share my knitting that I've been working on. This is my vanilla knitting that I use for movie knitting, travel knitting, all the things. It is in my Yora MCal Knitter Baby from 2022 bag, and I was reflecting this morning that I was feeling a little bit of FOMO already because I decided I wasn't going to do the MCal, but then my sister started to chat with it, and now I kind of feel like I want to do the MCal. So I'm going to go rifling through my yarn at some point to see if I have what I need to be able to do it. But I at least picked out this bag a couple of days ago so that I could be like thematic with everyone who is starting the MCal, maybe now me. And so the vanilla knitting I started is this super fun color. It does very clear micro striping, and then it's kind of got this like fun diagonal going through it. So this yarn, I obviously don't have the tag again. I know the line is Carmen, is like the type of yarn it is. I cannot remember the dyer, and I cannot remember the colorway, because I think the colorway is something like 14403 or like 1403, but I will make sure that I link the project page. So I did the cuff. I think I started it on Saturday. I think I started it Saturday, worked on the cuff a little bit and finished the cuff, and then I went to the movies yesterday to see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. And so I did all of this vanilla knitting during that movie, and then I'm going to bring this with me when I go see The Expendables in about an hour and a half. So we're good. I'm debating about what to do in terms of dinner, because I don't want to really eat popcorn for dinner. So I might do like a let's stop and get like a quick treat, some fast food on my way, so I can kind of eat as I'm like, you know, munching along, and then eat really quickly at home, change, and then head over to the movie theater. I am totally going solo. I don't know if I already said that. I love going to the movies by myself. It is like one of my favorite pastimes. I do not need accompaniment for the movie theaters. Of course, I love going with friends and family, but I have no problem being like the solo movie girl. So I have really enjoyed doing that. My mother says I take after her dad. So my papa, he used to do that all the time and just go to the movies. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It's a fun time. What am I going to do at home? Sit and watch a movie all by myself. So might as well go see it on the big screen. So I better pack up and get going so that I can keep on my schedule for this evening. And I will let you know how the movie is. Maybe might get a little bit of knitting during, like before the previews start. And then depending on what time it's over, I might have a little bit of time to pick out my maybe yarn for the MCAL. I guess if I have the yarn, that's going to be the tell if I can do it or not, because I don't want to buy any extra. The cataloging of my yarn that I have been doing for the Knit-Killies challenge, challenge number 5, is cataloging my stash. So that has kind of inspired me to use more of my stash yarns. So we'll see how it all goes, and hopefully I'll check in a little bit later. So I was the only one in the theater. Amateurs, this is the time to go when the movie's been out for 3 weeks. And yeah, it was very loud because I think it was very echoey, because it was like literally lowly old me just sitting in the middle of a super action-packed movie working on my knitting, which I feel like I got a significant amount done. I think it's almost time to mark for the heel. I typically put in my markers every 10 rounds, like the crazy sock lady does, just to mark where I'm at. But because I've been movie knitting, I haven't actually put my markers in yet. So that feels like a tomorrow task for me to do. I am going to head home now. This is probably my last check-in for October 2nd of Vlogtober. I'm almost confident I said Vlogmas this morning, but Vlogtober is where we're at. Who knows? It feels like it's been a whole year in today. I think it's time for me to go home and rest. I do have to do some prep for my belongings for tomorrow. But thank you so much for sticking along with me today, and get ready for Gabs next.